Europe was burning in 1942. The world had plunged into chaos, and every decision on the battlefield could mean the difference between life and death for millions. Amid the devastation, in the shadows of secrecy, one man was about to embark on a mission that would change the course of history. Juan Pujol Garcia, a Spanish citizen living in Lisbon, had no military training, no battlefield experience, and no special skills. Yet he was about to become one of the most important spies of World War II. He approached British intelligence with a bold, almost reckless plan to infiltrate Nazi Germany as a double agent. At first, the British were skeptical. Juan had no connections, no credentials, no network, but his persistence, charm, and clever thinking convinced them to give him a chance. Soon, he was recruited under the code name Garbo. His task was simple in words, but nearly impossible in execution: feed false information to the Nazis and mislead them about Allied plans. One mistake, and he would be executed. To the Germans, Juan appeared to be the perfect agent, loyal, well-informed, and seemingly with a wide network of spies across Europe. Every letter he wrote, every report he sent, had to be believable, detailed, and timely. And yet every fact he provided was entirely fabricated. Juan's genius lay not in knowing the truth, but in creating a convincing illusion of it. His first reports were cautious. He wrote about small troop movements and supply lines and fabricated contacts. Every detail had to be believable, every lie meticulously documented. The Nazis read his letters and believed him, slowly weaving Juan's fictional world into their intelligence planning. Even as he began to gain the trust of Germany's top intelligence officers, Juan lived in constant fear. Gestapo agents prowled Lisbon, British intelligence scrutinized his every move, and any slip could mean his death. Yet he thrived under the pressure, his mind sharpened by necessity, his courage forged in the crucible of war. Juan's network of spies was entirely fictional. He invented dozens of agents across Europe, giving them names, backgrounds, and even fabricated letters from fake operatives. He worked tirelessly, sending detailed, believable reports back to Germany. He described battles that never happened, troop movements that were completely false, and rumors he carefully planted to shape Nazi strategy. Each message was a small masterpiece of deception. The Germans, completely unaware that their network existed only in Juan's mind, lauded him for his intelligence, believing he had a vast reach. Living this double life was terrifying. Every interaction with German contacts was a gamble. One mistake, one hesitation, and the facade could crumble. Once, a German officer almost discovered a discrepancy in one of his reports. Juan calmly explained it away with an elaborate story about a source being compromised. The officer bought it. Juan had survived again. Cafes in Lisbon became his office. He pored over maps, invented codes, and rehearsed lies so convincing that even he began to feel part of the reality he was fabricating. The tension was constant. Mail intercepted, spies arrested, rumors of British double-crosses, all of it could expose him. Yet he pressed on, knowing that the lives of thousands of soldiers depended on the success of his deception. Slowly, Juan became legendary. Both British and German intelligence relied on his reports. Hitler himself praised the information from Garbo, unaware that the man behind the code name was playing him. Juan had not only fooled the Nazis, he had become indispensable. By 1944, the stakes had never been higher. The Allies were planning Operation Overlord, the invasion of Normandy, but the Germans were vigilant, expecting the landing to occur elsewhere. Juan's role became crucial. His task: convince the Nazis that the invasion would happen at Pas-de-Calais, not Normandy. Every report, every false tip, every fabricated detail was designed to mislead. Juan worked day and night, feeding Germany information about massive fake armies, supply movements, and troop positions that existed only on paper. Hitler and his generals believed Garbo completely. They moved divisions away from Normandy, leaving the real landing sites vulnerable. The pressure on Juan was unbearable. Every day could be his last. Letters had to be precise, mistakes unforgivable. Gestapo scrutiny grew, and whispers of a possible double agent circulated in Berlin. Yet Juan remained calm. His ingenuity, creativity, and nerve kept him alive and effective. Then came the ultimate test. The Allies' plans were finalized, the fleet assembled, and D-Day approached. Juan had to maintain his deception while ensuring that the Germans acted on his false intelligence. If the Nazis suspected the truth, thousands of Allied soldiers could die in a disastrous landing. Juan knew the weight of history rested on his shoulders. June 6, 1944. Normandy. The Allies stormed the beaches under heavy fire. But thanks to Juan's intelligence work, German defenses were misallocated. Panzer divisions and elite troops were stationed miles away, expecting an invasion at Pas-de-Calais. In Lisbon, Juan read intercepted German communications with bated breath. The deception had worked. Hitler's confidence in Garbo had cost the Nazis their ability to respond effectively. Thousands of Allied lives were saved, and the tide of the war shifted in favor of freedom. The tension did not ease. Even after D-Day, Juan continued feeding the Germans information, reinforcing the illusion of the larger, non-existent forces. His reports ensured that the Allies maintained the advantage, buying crucial time during the invasion and beyond. Every word he wrote could still mean the difference between life and death. When the war ended, Juan Pujol Garcia disappeared. The man who had fooled Hitler and saved countless lives vanished from history, living in obscurity for years. Later, his story was revealed, and he became recognized as one of the most successful double agents in history. Juan's legacy is a testament to the power of intelligence, courage, and ingenuity. He had no soldiers, no weapons, and no armies, yet his cunning changed the course of the war. A man with nothing but his mind and nerve had outwitted the most powerful leader of the 20th century. The story of Garbo reminds us that heroism is not always measured on the battlefield. Sometimes it is measured in silence, secrecy, and the quiet defiance of a man who dared to deceive an entire army to save lives.